Hey Guru Nation, welcome back to the clinicaltrialsguru.com. It's been a very hectic, busy day here at one of my clinics. Today I got my site director, site owner hat on, and what we're doing is we were interviewing study coordinators. Obviously, if you have a budget, meaning 35 to 45 an hour, you can get a really good experienced study coordinator, right? Probably in some places even more, depending on their experience levels. But from what I've been seeing here in SoCal, which is probably one of the highest cost of living anywhere in the country, on average, a decent coordinator would make anywhere from 25 to 45 an hour, right? That's a wide range. Now, if you're a research site and you have that kind of a budget, then you shouldn't really have a problem. You'll kind of have your pick of the litter. You can put an ad on Craigslist. I used Indeed.com for the first time, and that's actually where I uploaded my own CV to get contract CRA positions. So Indeed.com was really good. We actually got a lot of people, a lot of applicants responding, and then we scheduled 10 interviews today, right? And 2 didn't show up, 2 rescheduled, and then we were left with 6. Okay, so we are a startup at this particular clinic. So we didn't have the budget to pay someone 25 to 40 an hour, at least not initially. We eventually will get them to that level within 3 to 6 months. We just picked up a few new studies, and if we get busy and start enrolling patients, we can get them up to that level, but we're not there yet. So, but we want our cake and we want to eat it too. We wanted an experienced study coordinator because we have 3 studies that are ongoing right now. So what do you do in those situations? Well, it's a numbers game. I mean, this is the theme for everything we do, like whether it's getting studies, whether it's looking for PIs, whether it's recruiting patients, whether it's recruiting coordinators, whether it's you as a CRA applying to jobs, your best chances of success to produce a huge volume. I'm a research clinic owner looking for an experienced study coordinator. We don't have the budget for it, but so we're going to underpay a coordinator, right? At least initially. So you're not going to get that by just interviewing 1 or 2 people, right? Chances are, just the statistics itself will dictate that both of those people will laugh at you when you tell them what you're going to pay them, even for the first 3 months probation. Your best bet will be you get a really experienced coordinator that's working full-time somewhere else, but they have a very flexible schedule and they can do part-time work for you, right? That's your best bet. So what do? Numbers game, right? We got lucky in this case, it was only 10. We didn't have to go past 10, and we found 2 really good candidates that were both willing to take the pay cut because, and this is another concept for this video, there's always pros and cons to any employment opportunity. There is never a perfect job anywhere. Any employer is going to have pluses and minuses working for them, right? In your case, the cons might be that you can't pay as much as another research clinic. Now, what are your pros? How's your culture? What's the flexibility? What's the freedom of hours? Can the coordinator make their own schedule? In our case, the coordinator is going to be an independent contractor, makes their own schedule. We just care about the work getting done. We don't care if they're there from 8 to 6 or 9 to 7 or 9 to 5. Get the work done. That's all we care about. So flexibility of schedule. You want 1 day off? Take it off. As long as the work is done, we don't care. So there's some upside there. You're allowed a lot more freedoms in that case. Another upside might be, like in my particular situation, I'm involved in multiple different businesses. I have a CRA Academy, I have a CRO that we're starting, which by the way, we got our first project. We have other sites, we do consulting. So there's a lot that we do that we can help this candidate in their own career. And so that's where in the interview process, and I only do this once I find a candidate that I think is going to be a good fit, and then now it's my turn to do the selling. So initially, the candidate is trying to sell me on their abilities and on them, and then once I find one that I like and that I want, now it's my turn to do the selling. And this is where I come in and say, hey, candidate, what is it that you want to accomplish in the next 5 years in this industry or in any industry? And then how can I help you accomplish that? In this particular case, both candidates that I wanted, and unfortunately we can only pick one, both candidates wanted to be a CRA in 5 years. And I told them, oh, interesting. I have a CRA Academy. I actually help people do this on a daily basis, right? And I know not everyone has a CRA Academy, but the point of this is find what your strengths are, find how you can help this candidate out, and they'll be willing to make that exchange. And in fact, one of them said he would have taken an even bigger pay cut if he would have known of this opportunities earlier. So, you know, you may be surprised. Another strategy, so let's say the volume approach is not working for you as a research site to get an experienced coordinator under market value, would be to find a research assistant that has a lot of experience, maybe a research assistant working in a large clinical research practice that has never been given the opportunity to actually be a coordinator, but essentially does everything a study coordinator does anyways. They're just not getting paid the rate that a study coordinator is getting paid. You can target those people, and you do it the same way. Indeed.com, you can even get way more aggressive, like I did last week. I called rival clinics. Yes, I may have called one of your clinics if you're in SoCal, and I just asked to speak to the research assistant. Usually I'd get people hanging up. A few people told me that they're not allowed to have these conversations at work, but a few people, and again, it's a numbers game, all right? A few people actually said they're interested, and they emailed me their CVs. But we still went ahead and went with the Indeed.com because we were able to find a few candidates we really wanted to interview, and then it was my turn to sell them on it. So I didn't go that route, although I did pursue that strategy. We didn't end up going with one of those candidates because we found study coordinators that were experienced, that were willing to take a small pay cut in exchange for the opportunities that we can provide them and help them grow and help them become CRA. And you find what the candidates want, the ones that you really want. You don't want to waste your time with all the candidates. You don't want to go through the same spiel with all of them. Let them sell you first, and then the ones that you like, now figure out what it is that they're trying to accomplish and how and why you're the best company, you're the best boss to help them achieve that. Okay? So hopefully that helps. Now, if you're a study coordinator, and you know what, I'll do that video for another day. Talk to you soon, Guru Nation. Take care.